Chosen one, pause for a moment and receive this, not as information, but as instruction. This is not a motivational message meant to hype you up or emotionally stimulate you for a few minutes. This is prophetic, and prophecy does not rush, it lands with weight. The reason you are hearing this now is because a divine alert is sounding specifically for you. Heaven does not broadcast randomly. When God speaks ahead of time, it is because preparation is required before manifestation can be safely released. Something invisible has already begun moving in your favor, and your spirit picked it up before your mind could explain it. That subtle sense of urgency you've been feeling is not fear, and it's not imagination. It is awareness. Sunday has been marked, not by coincidence, but by intention. While others may see it as just another day, heaven recognizes it as a moment already assigned. This is how divine timing works. It sends notice before the door opens so the chosen are not distracted when it happens. You are not late to this message, and you did not stumble upon it accidentally. You were positioned. Right now, unseen preparations are being finalized, alignments are locking into place, and what has been delayed from your view is approaching from behind the scenes. God always announces before he arrives, not to create pressure, but to awaken discernment. This message is the alert, the signal, the quiet knock before the delivery. You are not being rushed, you are being readied. Heaven is preparing something with your name on it, and you are being notified early because what is coming requires recognition, not effort. Stay present. Stay open. This moment matters more than it appears. Chosen one, understand this deeply. Sunday is not just a date on a calendar, it is a door in the spirit. Dates pass, but doors change direction. What makes this Sunday different is not what you plan to do, but what God has already decided to open. This is a threshold moment where divine timing intersects your personal story, and once a threshold is crossed, nothing returns to its previous arrangement. You may be tempted to underestimate this day because it looks ordinary, because there is no obvious sign attached to it yet. But spiritual doors rarely announce themselves with noise. They open quietly, internally first, long before anything shifts externally. This Sunday represents a collision between readiness and opportunity. You have lived through seasons where you were asking, waiting, hoping, and preparing without evidence. Now, something has caught up to you. The shift that begins will not start with fireworks. It will start with clarity, with peace, with a subtle internal click that tells you something has changed. God opens doors when the person has finally become compatible with what's on the other side. That is why this Sunday matters. It is not asking you to force anything or prove anything. It is inviting you to step into alignment. Once you do, resistance that once felt permanent will begin dissolving naturally. What used to require effort will start responding to presence. This is not about rushing forward. It's about recognizing the moment and not dismissing it. Doors don't stay open forever, but they do open right on time. And this one was opened with you in mind. Chosen one, when you are invited to declare readiness, understand that this is not about engagement, it is about agreement. When you type your warmest wish followed by 99, you are not participating in a trend or responding to a prompt. You are activating alignment. Words are not passive. Declarations move energy, and when intention is spoken consciously, it creates spiritual traction. Heaven responds to agreement because agreement signals readiness. This is why collective declaration matters. When many chosen ones speak alignment at the same time, momentum forms. You are not trying to convince God. He already knows what he prepared. You are positioning yourself to receive it without resistance. Declaring readiness shifts you from hoping to witnessing. It tells your spirit that you are no longer waiting in uncertainty, but standing in expectation. This is not superstition. This is participation. Manifestation accelerates when internal readiness is expressed externally. Silence can carry faith, but declaration activates movement. When you speak what you are ready for, you are aligning your inner posture with what is already approaching. This moment is about ownership, not asking. About alignment, not striving. When you declare, you are not summoning, you are synchronizing. And synchronization is what allows the unseen to move into the seen without delay. Chosen one, release any rigid expectation about how this surprise must arrive. Divine deliveries often bypass imagination so they can avoid resistance. What is coming may not announce itself loudly. It may arrive quietly, unexpectedly, subtly, through a sentence someone speaks without realizing its weight, through an idea that lands fully formed, through a message you weren't waiting for, or through a sudden internal clarity that reorganizes everything. God does not always speak in thunder. Sometimes he whispers because whispers require closeness. This is why discernment matters more than spectacle right now. Do not overlook what feels simple or easy. Heaven often wraps miracles in simplicity so they can be received without fear. What's coming will interrupt logic, but fit your heart perfectly. It will make sense internally before it makes sense externally. You may feel peace before you feel proof. That is intentional. Anxiety rushes, divine movement settles. Watch what brings calm instead of chaos. Watch what aligns without forcing. The surprise will not strain you, it will meet you. And when it does, you will recognize it not by how dramatic it is, but by how right it feels. Chosen one, the exhaustion you've been carrying did not come from doing too much. It came from waiting quietly, from praying without feedback, from showing up when no one noticed, from remaining faithful when there was no confirmation. But hear this clearly now. Your prayers were never ignored. They were paced. God does not rush what must mature, and he does not expose what still needs strengthening. The silence was not absence, it was incubation. This is why Sunday matters. It marks the end of the hidden season. The key has already entered the lock. What you experienced as delay was actually protection, preserving you while alignment was completed. God rewards those who do not quit when no applause follows their obedience. He sees what was done in secret, what was endured privately, what was trusted without evidence. And now the turning begins. What was hidden will no longer need to remain concealed. Not because you forced it, but because the season changed. You didn't miss anything. You survived it. And what comes next will make the waiting make sense. Chosen one, hear this with clarity and let it settle deeply. God was not delaying you, he was preparing you. Heaven never postpones without purpose. What felt like being held back was actually a refining process designed to expand your capacity without breaking you. God does not surprise the unprepared, and what is coming into your life requires a version of you that could only be formed in the quiet, unseen seasons. Every moment of obedience that went unnoticed, every choice to stay aligned when quitting would have been easier. Every prayer whispered without confirmation, none of it was wasted. You are being trained to carry what's next with wisdom, stability, and discernment. If the door had opened earlier, it might have overwhelmed you or distracted you from your true assignment. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection. Heaven was calibrating your discernment, your emotional strength, and your spiritual maturity so you wouldn't lose yourself once momentum began. You are being shaped in ways you couldn't yet recognize, but that are about to become obvious. Preparation always looks like waiting when you don't see the blueprint. But now, you're about to realize that nothing was random. Every pause, every redirection, every closed door served a precise function. You didn't miss your moment. You were becoming compatible with it. Chosen one of the clearest signs that what is arriving is from God is the order in which it appears. Peace comes first. Proof comes later. Divine confirmation does not demand urgency or panic. It brings an internal stillness that settles the soul before the evidence ever shows up. You will know before you see. There will be a moment where something clicks inside you, and without explanation, your spirit says, "This is it." No anxiety, no scrambling, just recognition. That inner knowing will feel calm, steady, and grounded, not rushed or desperate. God does not confuse the ones He is blessing. He confirms gently because gentleness builds trust. External validation may follow in time, but it won't be required for belief. You won't need to convince yourself or others. The alignment will feel natural, as if something finally slid into its rightful place. Watch how your body responds. Watch how your breathing changes. Peace is not passive, it is a signal. When something brings peace without pressure, clarity without force, and assurance without explanation, you are witnessing divine confirmation in motion. Chosen one, what is about to unfold is not a single moment, it is the beginning of a sequence. One alignment will trigger another, and then another, like dominoes falling in perfect order. This is how heaven moves. God rarely releases everything at once because momentum builds faith. Once the first confirmation lands, connections begin appearing, conversations shift, opportunities emerge, and reversals align without being chased. What once felt scattered will suddenly organize itself. This is not coincidence, it is orchestration. You are stepping into heaven's schedule now, not human timing. That means things will happen faster than before, but without chaos. You will notice that what used to require effort now responds to positioning. Favor compounds when resistance is removed. Stay aware, because small movements will carry large significance. This is not a one-time blessing. It is the start of a flow that keeps moving as long as you stay aligned. Chosen one, the pressure you've been feeling is not a sign that something is wrong. It is evidence that something is expanding. Before release comes pressure, not as punishment, but as preparation. Emotional heaviness, mental restlessness, spiritual sensitivity, these are all symptoms of capacity increasing. You are being stretched to hold more, see more, and move differently. Pressure always precedes breakthrough because expansion requires space. What you felt recently was not resistance, it was adjustment. Like a door that groans just before it opens, the discomfort you experienced was the echo of alignment taking shape. Do not misinterpret the tension. Relief is not delayed. It is imminent. And when it arrives, it will feel like exhaling after holding your breath longer than you realized. Chosen one, watch closely freeze. When divine alignment takes over, resistance dissolves. What once felt heavy becomes lighter. Doors open without force. Conversations flow without strain. This is how you distinguish luck from alignment. Luck is inconsistent. Alignment is steady. You will feel carried instead of pushed. Grace will replace grinding, and movement will feel natural instead of forced. This is the breeze of divine acceleration, subtle but powerful. When you stop striving and start sinking, things begin to move at a pace effort could never achieve. Ease is not laziness, it is accuracy. When things start working without struggle, pay attention. That is alignment confirming that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Chosen one, treat this weekend differently, not with anxiety, but with reverence. You are stepping onto sacred ground, and sacred ground is recognized by awareness, not effort. This is not a weekend to rush, overschedule, or drown out your inner voice with noise. Slow down intentionally. Observe what repeats. Write things down, even if they seem small or random at first. God often hides instruction in subtle nudges, quiet thoughts, or gentle pauses that don't demand attention but reward it. Ordinary moments may suddenly feel heavier with meaning, as if time itself is stretching to make room for something unseen. Pay attention to what draws your focus without force. Pay attention to what brings peace without explanation. These are not coincidences, they are signals. You are not being asked to do more. You are being asked to notice more. This weekend is not about action, but alignment. When you create space, revelation fills it. When you slow your pace, clarity catches up. Let your spirit breathe. Let your mind rest. Let your awareness sharpen. What seems uneventful on the surface may be deeply active underneath. Heaven often moves quietly before it moves clearly. Honor the stillness. It is carrying instruction meant specifically for you. Chosen one, comparison is not just unnecessary right now, it is forbidden. What is coming to you is not generic, borrowed, or replicated from someone else's story. This blessing is tailor-made, custom-assigned, and perfectly fitted to your calling, your capacity, and your journey. It carries your measurements, your temperament, your purpose. That is why it could not arrive earlier and why it cannot look like anyone else's. God does not mass-produce destiny. You will not need to explain this moment to anyone who doesn't understand it. Ownership does not require permission, and alignment does not require validation. This blessing will make sense to you even if it confuses others. It will feel natural, not forced. Familiar, not foreign. This is something you can hold without losing yourself, something that enhances who you are rather than replaces you. Do not minimize it. Do not dilute it to make others comfortable. When something is custom assigned, it fits without adjustment. Receive it fully. This moment belongs to you, chosen one. This is not just about receiving something new. It is about becoming someone new. An identity activation is unfolding quietly within you. You may notice it in how you respond instead of react, how your confidence feels calmer, steadier, less performative. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. A new version of you is emerging, one that doesn't need to announce itself to be known. Quiet confidence. Peaceful authority. You are beginning to trust yourself in a deeper way, not because circumstances changed yet, but because you did. Inner upgrades always precede outer manifestations. What is shifting inside you now is preparing you to stand in spaces you once imagined but couldn't yet occupy. You are becoming more grounded, more discerning, more aware of your own value. This is identity catching up to destiny. And when the external confirmation arrives, it will feel like recognition, not shock. You are growing into yourself, chosen one. Be discerning. Some divine surprises arrive disguised as endings, disruptions, or uncomfortable shifts. God's gifts do not always resemble the prayer that initiated them. Sometimes what looks like loss is actually release. Sometimes what feels like interruption is redirection. Do not judge the delivery by its wrapping. Heaven often removes before it replaces, not to punish, but to prepare space. Trust beyond first impressions. What initially unsettles you may later reveal itself as the very thing that freed you. Recognition does not always come immediately. Sometimes clarity arrives only after you let go. Stay open. Stay grounded. What looks confusing now may soon become obvious. Chosen one, if you've been experiencing vivid dreams, emotional waves, sudden fatigue, or restlessness, do not misinterpret it. You are not unstable. You are being calibrated. Your inner rhythm is being restored. Old frequencies are dropping off and new alignment is settling in. This is the transition from running to flowing, from striving to sinking. Your soul is being tuned to move at heaven's pace, not urgency's pace. Calibration can feel disorienting because it disrupts old patterns, but it always leads to clarity. Rest when needed. Do not resist the recalibration. Once your inner frequency stabilizes, movement becomes effortless. This is alignment completing its work. Chosen one, there is a noticeable shift happening now. Destiny is moving from backstage to center stage. For a long time, you are being prepared privately, strengthened where no one could see, trained in obscurity so exposure would not damage you later. But this season marks a transition from preparation to participation. You are no longer being hidden, you are being positioned. This does not mean reckless visibility, it means protected exposure. God is carefully unveiling you in environments that can sustain what you carry. You may notice invitations forming naturally, conversations opening without effort, and opportunities emerging that feel aligned rather than forced. This is heaven arranging introductions on your behalf. You are not chasing platforms. Platforms are becoming aware of you. Purpose is being broadcast quietly but unmistakably, and the right people are beginning to recognize it. This is not about being seen by everyone. It's about being seen by those who matter. When destiny steps forward, it does so with covering. You are stepping into rooms you once prayed about, not because you pushed your way in, but because you were sent. Participation replaces preparation when readiness is complete. And you're ready, chosen one. The season ahead is magnetic, not mechanical. Hustle is ending. Harmony is beginning. What once required pursuit will now respond to alignment. Attraction replaces chasing, and peace becomes your primary indicator of correctness. When something is meant for you, it will move toward you without strain. This is how you'll know you're aligned. There is no internal resistance, no anxious urgency, no need to prove or convince. Things will simply click. This magnetic season works best when you stay uncluttered spiritually. Release unnecessary obligations. Let go of emotional noise. Simplify where you can. Clarity strengthens attraction. The more grounded you remain, the more accurately what belongs to you will find you. You are no longer trying to make things happen. You're allowing what's already arranged to arrive. Flow is replacing force, and ease is becoming evidence of divine involvement. Chosen one, what is coming will not only change your circumstances, it will change your chemistry. There is an internal resurrection taking place, a quiet but profound shift in how you see yourself and how you engage with life. You may notice renewed energy, sharper perception, deeper self-respect. This is identity being elevated. You are no longer relating to life from survival, but from alignment. Old insecurities lose their grip. Old fears lose their voice. You begin responding instead of reacting. This shift is not loud, but it is permanent. Heaven is smiling over your endurance, and that approval is translating into confidence that doesn't need validation. When chemistry changes, behavior follows naturally. You will move differently because you feel different. And others will notice, not because you announce it, but because presence speaks louder than words. Chosen one, the stillness you feel right now is intentional. It is not stagnation. It is the divine hush. This is the final inhale before God exhales blessing. Stillness creates space for reception. Noise scatters awareness, but peace concentrates it. That calm you feel is not emptiness, it is fullness waiting to be revealed. Divine surprises are carried on peace, not pressure. That is why effort is being asked to step back while awareness steps forward. You are not meant to push right now. You are meant to notice. Stay present. Stay grounded. The shift is closer than it appears, and stillness is how you'll recognize it when it arrives. Chosen one, fragmented hopes are coming together. What once felt scattered is beginning to organize itself internally before it does externally. The fog is lifting. Structure is emerging. You may notice clearer thoughts, deeper breaths, and a sense of inner coherence that wasn't there before. This is integration. You are no longer forcing pieces to fit, they are merging naturally. Clarity does not always arrive as answers, sometimes it arrives as calm. This is you settling into the moment rather than chasing what's next. When integration completes, movement becomes precise instead of rushed. You are not behind. You are arriving. And what comes next will feel like a continuation, not a disruption. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Sunday is not the conclusion of the story. It is the entry point. What begins now is movement, and movement creates momentum. Once the first confirmation lands, alignment accelerates in ways that feel almost effortless. You may notice responses where there was silence, openings where there were walls, and invitations where there were delays. This is how manifestation works when perseverance has already done its job. Heaven responds quickly once resistance has been cleared. Emails, calls, messages, conversations, and opportunities begin appearing, not because you chased them, but because the season changed. What was waiting for the right timing now recognizes you. Momentum does not need to be forced, it feeds on itself. Each small confirmation strengthens the next, creating a rhythm of progress that feels natural instead of overwhelming. This is harvest responding to endurance. You stayed when it was quiet. You trusted when it was unclear. And now, what you carried in faith is beginning to show up in form. Do not be surprised if things begin aligning faster than you expected. Speed is not chaos when it is divinely ordered. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Stay aware. Momentum favors those who can move without panic and receive without guilt. You are not behind, you are entering. And what unfolds from this point forward will feel less like striving and more like participation. This is manifestation catching up to obedience. The door has opened and movement has begun. Chosen one, receive this final truth and let it anchor you. You are never late and you are never forgotten. Every moment of waiting, every season of silence, every stretch of uncertainty was not evidence of absence, but proof of preparation. God always prepares the person before releasing the blessing, because what is sustained by alignment lasts longer than what is rushed by desire. Sunday is not something you must earn or force. It is evidence of what has already been arranged. You are not stepping into this moment by effort, but by positioning. Heaven has been precise with your timeline, intentional with your formation, and gentle with your becoming. What is opening now is not random favor, it is calibrated fulfillment. You are standing at the center of a divine moment that was marked with your name long before you recognized it. Let peace be your confirmation. Let clarity be your compass. Let gratitude keep you grounded as movement begins. You do not need to rush ahead or look back to justify how you arrived here. The door opened because you were ready, not because you demanded it. From this point forward, trust the unfolding. Trust the ease. Trust the quiet confidence rising within you. This is not a fleeting moment, it is a turning point. And as you step into what has been prepared, remember this. You are seen, you are supported, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. The Sunday surprise is not just arriving, it is aligning. And you are at the center of it.